out today, but here in her place, we have two of our very good friends. You may know them from Netflix's The Circle, seasons 3 and 6. And they are also two-thirds of the hosts of the Reality Group Chat podcast. It's our friends Jordan Staff and Dano Cusimano. How are you guys?
Woo! We're so good. Thank you so much for having us. We're so
Of
excited to
course.
chat reality with you.
Yes.
Oh, I see what you did there.
See what you did there. Thank you guys for coming. So Jordan, you've been on multiple times with us before. Daniel, this is your first time on the pod, so we always like to ask our first time guests here, what is your reality TV origin story? What is the show that like first got you hooked into this world?
Oh, what a great one. It definitely was Survivor. When I was like 7, 8 years old, me and my parents would have it on in the background and I kind of would watch it. And I grew up in a competitive like spirit, I guess. I did like black belt in Taekwondo, basketball, football. So I loved like competing. So seeing people do that and the drama of it all, because I also did theater, it just like meshed my worlds together. And then it turned into, this life I have now. So I guess I have my parents today for the reality TV. So, shout out to them and for them.
Yeah. So they were fans and then you just kind of picked it up. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, they're old, so they definitely were there from the beginning. So they really introduced me to it. So definitely, I don't know if you should be showing your 7-year-old Survivor. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Loved it. So I don't like. Maybe I'm just cognitively different than everybody. Who knows? But it was.
I mean, I think that's around the age that I started watching. I was like 9, I think. So yeah, I think it's fine. You know,
I think I'm
I think
dumb.
these
Like,
days, especially Survivor, they really like
I
make it for the kids. Like they
Yeah.
focus on that demographic too. So
But I'm like, I don't even think I knew how to read like a book. Like, so I'm just over here, like sitting, like I'm understanding strategy and people getting voted. Like, just like I'm gonna fact check that when I get home, actually. But I've always thought it was 7. Like, I really do. But I really need to lock in. But I'm like 99% sure that's what it was.
works for me. All right. Well, let's get into this season of The Traitors then, which is what we are here to talk about today. I don't even think I said that at the beginning of the podcast, but we are here to talk about episodes 4 and 5 of The Traitors. And what have your thoughts been on this season so far? Jordan, we can start with you.
I think I'm enjoying it. Like, I don't know necessarily that the gameplay is super good, especially from the faithfuls, but I think like Rob is like doing well as a trader. I think Candace is doing well as a trader. Lisa's there. But no, I think I'm having fun, especially because I'm not taking it too serious as I have in the past. So when you let go of that a little bit, it's more entertaining rather than like just getting mad about things.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. Daniel, what about you?
I think I'm in a similar boat. I mean, I hate to see all the gamers go really early. Like, we're seeing a lot of good personalities that I would love to see on my screen longer. But I also think how the traders were picked and how it was set up, like, of course you're going to get rid of the gamers. Like, I would do the exact same strategy if I was them. The gameplay, it's just hard to watch bad gameplay. Like, I want to watch fun, good, engaging gameplay. The roundtables are interesting, but it's like I want it to be hitting something. Like, it's hard as a viewer watching when you're like, oh, I know the people you're going after have nothing to do with what's going on. And it's not even like traders are even being in the conversation. So good for the traders. But like, as a viewer, I want them to like get it and like get close. So I'm excited to see where this can potentially go, but I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. I think it's better than last season or Parvati season, which was like 2 seasons ago, low-key. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, but I think it's shaping up to be interesting. No one cares. A lot of fights. So I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were y'all familiar with anyone except the gamers, of course, going into the season?
Casually.
Lisa Rinna, I watched every season of Housewives, so I'm so familiar with her. I'm trying to think. I don't really.
I'm like, I need to look at the cast.
Yeah, look at the cast. I think everybody else, like the other Housewives, not so much. Dorinda, obviously, loosely because we saw her for like 1 season. Were you, Michael? Who were your like top people that you were good
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm kind of like in both worlds, which makes the traders, I feel like, even more fun for me, just because like I am very familiar with the Bravo people and of course the gamers. And so it's kind of a double-edged sword because I feel like I win every season if like the gamers are getting slaughtered or the housewives are getting slaughtered, but I also lose because I love all of them. So it's kind of, but it is interesting because I feel like last season the gamers were, just so in control and taking out all the housewives immediately. And so I felt like all the Bravo fans were upset. And then this season, it's the total opposite, where it's the housewives are in control and they're slaughtering all the gamers. And now the gamer fans are so upset. So it's hard to, I feel like it's necessary for them to do for the health of the show to like have no
Yeah,
gamers in the turret this season
agreed.
and to make it not so predictable where you're just like, well, there's a bunch of people here from one group, one of them must be a traitor. So you
Right.
kind of need to do that, but it's hard when so many of your favorites are in that group that's getting slaughtered.
You know what? I think even production should just lie and say that they pick traders at random, because I feel like we're gonna start getting into it later on of like there has to be one housewife or there has to be one gamer. Like we're gonna get there,
Yeah.
especially with the numbers dwindling. I think whether production really does it or not, I think they should lie and be like, we pick traders at random, because then you don't know.
Mhm.
3 guys, 3 girls, like whatever it is. But we're looking at the cast. The only other person I really knew, Colton and Mark. I watched Colton on his seasons. I obviously watched Dancing with the Stars, so I know him. I know a bit of Johnny Weir.
Obviously Monet.
But nothing crazy. Oh yeah, Monet.
Of course.
But I don't know, but I like seeing these fresh faces. Like there's a lot of new names, and me and Jordan spoke about this early in the season. It didn't seem like a star cast to me, where it's like you have your Mount Rushmore of some people given Monet's Mount Rushmore. So I was like, we're gonna see a new star emerge from this in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna see big personalities come up to life, which I was excited for. So
Granted, but like that's also not really happening. It's like the people that are big are the ones that are getting, like Rob R is carrying, Lisa's carrying.
and they're already big names too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
But I feel like they're big in one community, whereas now they're getting exposed to a whole different community where like maybe they're like Dancing with the Stars level now, whereas before maybe they wouldn't have been. So I do think that that's what the Traders is really good for, is that you're exposing yourself no matter how big your star is within the Housewives community or the Survivor community or whatever. Now you're getting exposed to a whole new audience. So I do think that for even like Rob R, I feel like that definitely could be the case.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, then let's delve into our 2 episodes that we have to cover here. So, starting episode 4, we picked up from the cliffhanger of Ron, Kristen, Caroline, and Eric, and of course Lisa to some degree, being tied to the trees, waiting to find out who the traitors are going to murder face to face. This brought a very fun moment, I thought, where Monet was suggesting that they ask the 4 survivors that come in about what they experienced so they can compare notes. We saw this last season a bit too with their face-to-face murder, that it's a good way to potentially catch someone who they believe to be a traitor, but it didn't seem like it really worked here. I feel like we were made to believe that Lisa was looking really suspicious, but I felt like that was really heavily edited.
I agree.
It was too much, because then she came with the whole story, maybe a little bit too much, but yeah, I agree.
I was saying that as we were watching, I was like, this has to be editing, right? Like there's no way she's taking long pauses in her sentence when she's like retelling. Like it didn't seem that's how it was laid out.
I mean, that's basically what they did with Carolyn last season with the editing, where they were like asking her, I forgot what the question was, but they made her seem like she was going, and then she gave a right answer. So I feel like, I mean, that's Carolyn, who knows? But even so, it would have not been maybe as suspicious to people as they would like us to believe that it was. But she even caught, because I think someone, was it Johnny, said like, oh, were they wearing gold masks, and Lisa even corrected him, which I thought was very good, because I don't even know if I wasn't a traitor and I saw that, I may have just not even caught that and be like, yeah, sure.
But great question from Johnny though, of being like to give a false word to see if it catches. That was very smart by him. So I was like, 10s for you, like good for you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, then they thought they caught someone in a mistake though here, because Johnny clocked that Ron didn't include the axe in his story that Lisa did. And to me, it's like, that could have gone either way. They could have thought Lisa was suspicious for including that detail and maybe thinking like, oh, she's trying to include too many details to make herself seem legit. But they thought that, on the other hand, just because at this point, it's like anything Ron does is suspicious to them.
Yeah, I'm just not really sure why they're even questioning people about this anyways. Like, I don't really know what they're trying to gain from having everyone retell their stories.
But but even more so, I'm just over this Ron bit. Like, I'm so over it. It's so tired. It's like, I don't know why you guys think, like, if Ron's a traitor, he would come out of the gate so hard and heavy night one of being like, and given everything he said, it was facts. He was like, Portia, can you agree or disagree with what I said? So, like, this is so tired. I think everybody who's on this Ron train, I'm embarrassed for you. I hope you're watching this back and you are severely, like, embarrassed with yourself and your gameplay to call yourself a gamer. It's tired. It's used. I'm just so like, move the fuck on. Like, I don't know if I can cuss on here. Sorry, bleep that.
No, you're good.
I'm just so like, I'm done. Like, it's annoying as hell. It's clearly not Ron. And everybody's like, of course Ron lives. Like, girl, bye. Like, I'm just out of it. Like, I'm pissed.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think that it's so weird that because I mean, I guess I can get it for a certain degree, like right after the fact, where you're like, let me look at Ron for a bit. But at this point, it's like it's been so long, and it's just like, okay, either banish him or don't. Like, but don't just like string him along, and just completely not even look at the evidence that's in front of you because you're so like tunnel vision on this one guy for not a lot of reasons.
Thank you. Like, for that one, which again, but logically, why would he do what he did day one, minute one? And it's just like, it wasn't even all lies. It wasn't fabricated.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Facts, right?
And he even called her out. He was like, "Did you say this?" And she said, "Yes." So this is
so
just
like made sense.
If I was Ron, I'd say, "I'm begging you to vote me out of this castle. Like, I'm begging you. Like, I'm done. I am not going to be a martyr for y'all. Like, I'm out. Like, vote me out now. Like, I'm out. I'm done." It's too much.
I get it. It's very Kate Chastain to me.
Yeah, but also think about production. Like, Donna was an older person that they had as a traitor. Like, we love her, but even then, like, people were saying, "Oh, I think it was Donna, and I think it's Ron, and I think it's Michael." No way production is going to have three kind of irrelevant reality people, and at that age, it's just not happening. So it's just like, everybody, I think, is dumb here, and I'm kind of pissed. So I'm like, I'm rooting for no one. If I'm going to be completely, I'm rooting for, honestly, the traitors. Like, everybody else is dead to me.
I'm rooting for the traitors too at this point, I think. Yeah. Well, here we find out that the traitors chose to murder Caroline Stanberry. What did y'all think that was the right move?
I mean,
no,
I just didn't even care, to be honest with you.
No, I think you should have done Kristen, because I'm looking at it from the housewives' perspective, right? Like, everybody assumes one housewife is a traitor after there was no housewife being traitors. For me, I want to have the biggest target on, like, I want to have the most room for you to hit. The biggest
pool of people,
Correct. So if I'm two of the housewives, I'm like, great. Instead of now there's only 4 of us or 3 of us, like, whatever. I don't think that was a good move. I wouldn't have done it if I was. I just wouldn't have done it. I would have done Kristen, because she's really irrelevant to the situation. No one really cares. I don't think anybody feels her one way or the other. I don't know. I think what Lisa Rinna said was like so camp, and I feel was like production, but like, it was, I guess I'll see you at BravoCon. No, you won't.
And she didn't go to BravoCon. Which, I mean, I don't know that she was invited because she's not an active housewife, but it was funny.
It was just so, no, you won't. I was like, I would have been like, what the fuck is this energy? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I get it's a bit, but like, I fear a little too much.
Yeah,
like,
she's committed.
I'd be like,
yeah, like, go back to Dubai.
So good. No, we won't.
Yeah, but that's Rinna. I mean, that's Rinna on Housewives. That's Rinna everywhere. Is just so camp, so over the top. Everything is so dramatic, and she loves just like getting into that character of it, and that's why I think she's so perfect for this show.
I'm surprised it took her 4 seasons to get on, if I'm going to be honest. Like, she's so good. She's so
Me
good.
too, but I'm glad that it actually took her this long, because I feel like when she was so entrenched in the Housewives, like, things are really dark at the end of her Housewives run, and like her energy was different, and I think having this break was good for her, that now it feels like she's just like lighter, and she's back to kind of like old OG Rinna, where it's like more camp, more fun, and I'm glad we get that. I agree. Well, Tiffany believes that Jam Jam, Rom, and Michael are the 3 traitors, which is unfortunately very wrong, but I get why Ron, we talked about, like, I don't really get. Michael, I don't also really get, if we're being honest, because I feel like Michael is just so over the top, where I don't think that, like, a traitor wouldn't act the way that Michael's been acting.
Right.
And again, everybody said it's like, is it the triple bluff? And I'm like, I just don't think Michael Rappaport is like the triple bluff kind of guy. Like, I don't think he's that experienced to do that. Like,
Yeah.
my dad's from Boston, so like I know the very like Boston, New York, like Italian, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand that type to a T. So I'm like, oh no, like that's just like what you're gonna get from someone up north. Like that's how they are. So it's definitely not him.
Like with Jam Jam, I don't know if this is unpopular opinion. I think it kind of is. I just don't think Jam Jam's that good of a player.
No, I don't think he is either.
Like before I knew who the secret trader was, I was low key curious if it could have been Jam Jam, and I was like, if Jam Jam's the secret trader, he's doing so bad right now.
Like, I really thought it was him too for a long time, because I thought he checked every box for me in terms of who I thought would be a secret trader, because it was already 2 women in the turret, and I thought, okay, we don't have any gamers, so I thought. And just like they love to put somebody, like I thought before the season, people were asking who I thought were the traders, and I thought it was going to be either Jam Jam or Ron, because I feel like they love to have that just kind of happy, smiley, unassuming guy in the turret, and I thought he would fit that role to a T. And he's been acting kind of suspicious, like like especially in the early days, like when he asked Rob C, like like I thought you were gonna die. Like it was just there were a lot of weird things that were going on. So I understand why she thinks that he is, but unfortunately she's wrong.
Yeah, see, I thought it was Johnny Weir who was the secret trader, because I was like, I just didn't think Jam Jam was going to get rid of all the gamers. Like, I feel like, again, your target, you have gamers, and then it was like gamers, like, and now we're like really like here at this point now. And so Jam Jam, I wasn't a fan of him I don't think he necessarily deserved to win Survivor. So I mean, he did. So like, good for him. You're a millionaire. Yeah. But I was just, I'm not impressed.
Yeah. Then Colton, we get his theory that he is convinced Tiffany is the traitor, and he is trying to recruit forces on his side with this, and he is fully convinced, full steam ahead. What did y'all think of his whole Tiffany mission here?
I mean, I think we all we all unanimously agree that Colton is the worst, and I think everyone hates him.
He's
just terrible.
I don't accept him a part of the community. Like, I don't know if I can do that. Like, I just don't. Like, I think he's terrible. I think he's horrific. I think there's this sense of entitlement. I think he was so creepy with the whole Donna thing. Like, it was so like you were so sure, but like you had nothing to go off of, and it was like really weird. Like, the obsession was wild, and given we know from his past, obsession is a thing. So like, whatever it is, what it is. You came from The Bachelor. You're not a strategic force at all. Like, you played football, like, yet you're an idiot. Like, you are trying to play gamers. I hate him. There's nothing about him I like. I think how he carries himself, how he holds himself, it rubs me the wrong way. There's not a single part of my being that messes with Colton Underwood, and I'll die on that hill. I think he's a weirdo, and I think he thought he was so high and mighty for getting Donna. He's like, and now I know it's Tiffany, even though I have nothing to go off of. And I'm like, I need you to back up. Like, I don't like him.
Plus one on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm well said. I think we all agree on that. But it's weird because it feels like, and I think Rob talked about this on a podcast recently, where he was like, Colton, everyone loved him in the castle, he said. Like, he had this weird, like, hold over a lot of people that is so weird to me, because just from the outside looking in, it feels like the perception is so different. But I guess you get that sometimes on these shows, like Riley on BB27, where it was like everyone loved him in the house, but outside everyone couldn't stand him. And it's weird.
It's because they feel for him. Like, all they hear is that you were a closeted man for 29 years. You were on The Bachelor. Like, you didn't know about yourself. And like, now you're a gay man with a husband and a kid. Like, so they feel for him, given a lot of these people in the castle are fruity as well. So of course you're going to get that in there. And a lot of them are allies, whatever. So you're going to have the people feel for you. That's what it is though. It's also just like, when you're good looking and you have a pull over people, like they look at him and like, oh my God, this really like handsome man, and like he went through all this blah blah blah, and now here he is. Like, of course, to an outsider, you're gonna like bring that in, and you want to protect him for all costs because you feel bad for him. Spare me. I literally just like that man down, and I would have dragged his ass to hell and back, and I would have left. I wouldn't even hell and back. I would have left him in hell, and then I would have left. I would have gone.
No return ticket. Yeah.
No.
I wonder if maybe also there's a part of it where it's like they see a little bit of like Dylan Efron in him, and they just watched last season where Dylan did have decent reads. And so I wonder if some people were maybe like, okay, well, if, this kind of same typecast, maybe we can just go the same strategy and get some traders that way. I
Yeah.
don't know. But
No,
it is
no,
weird.
he's not. He's no Dylan.
And
The
I
attitude
agree. But
this man has is so. I get where you're coming from because he is the type, like
Yeah.
verbatim. The attitude is nasty. There's something
yeah.
rotted and gutted in there, and as a gay man, I can say that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just there's some weird like smirk that he has when he's going after Tiffany and going after where it's like
Yeah.
he just like thinks that he is this most faithful of the faithfuls and leading the heroes to the end. And it clearly we see at the end of this episode though did not turn out the same way that it did for Dylan. So we at least got that little moment of of justice there.
Yeah.
But then we get to the mission, which, the missions in these 2 episodes, I thought this one was better than the next one, but neither of them super entertaining necessarily.
Yeah.
But they dip a spear into a fire pit and use it to light one of 10 beasts on fire, they called them. Everyone starts off having a shield for tonight's murder, but every time a player lights the beast on fire, they have to yell out another person's name, and that will make them eligible for murder that night. So I do like the concept of them having to publicly call someone specific out and destroy their shield. I think that could lead to interesting dynamics. I don't know that it did necessarily here, but it could have. So I understand what they were going for.
Jordan and I was talking to him about this during the episode. I like how now there's a short list of people who can get murdered, and it's not just everyone. I think the traitors inadvertently are at the biggest disadvantage in this game because it's like you can get banished, you can get murdered, like whatever. So I think this adds a social dynamic of who am I making alliances with? Because guess what? Someone in that group might be like, no, we need to protect Jordan. Like, let's not do Jordan. And like, that's how Jordan doesn't get put on the short list. So I think by having everybody be safe and then having to like make sure there's people who are up for murder, it adds a social dynamic that we saw in episode 1 with the Graves. So I like how production is pushing that because it gives the faithfuls more of a chance to breathe and be like, okay, there's more than one shield for me to get safety now. So now I can really, and I think maybe that's why we're seeing people speak their minds at the round table. There's more safety. So then people feel like they can say their shit now. So I think that was smart on their end to lean towards this type of gameplay because it makes the challenges more fun, in my opinion, because who cares about the money? No one cares about the money.
Right, exactly.
Who cares? So this makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
And it does give them some control, whereas they didn't really have any before over who gets murdered. Because before it was like, maybe 1 or 2 people were shielded, but otherwise it's up. Everyone's up for grabs.
Now we
here
see
they
Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa's been up for murder 2 times or 3 times, and she keeps living. It makes you think, why is Lisa keep getting saved? So I think you're right, Michael.
Right.
I think that's what's makes it better. It's more power to the faithfuls and lets you scope shit out of like, we keep putting this bitch up for murder. Why aren't they dying? They should be dying.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
And I do think that in the future, if they continue to go this way and they know that it's going to be this way, they can maybe like kind of plan out beforehand some element of like, assuming maybe there's going to be this many shields, let's try to, make this many people. So I think there could be an element of gameplay that will come into that later on.
I agree.
Which could be interesting.
Fully.
So here we have Candace Colton, Dorinda, Eric, Kristen, Mark, Natalie, and Rob R as the only ones left with shields by the end. So everyone else is vulnerable. Back at the castle, Colton tries to get the numbers to banish Tiffany at the round table. We continue to see this play out. Most people seem to be on board except for Candace, who pushes back, thinking that they should stick to Ron here, which this was very interesting to me because Candace, in theory, they're both faithfuls. Like, she could just let it be. And I kind of liked the fact that she was pushing this because it felt more like what a faithful would do.
Exactly. It's a good strategy because like the most common like strategy for traders in the first few seasons was like to just blend in and go with majority. And I think when you separate yourself from the majority, it's like, well, why would a trader separate themselves from the majority? Like that means that person wouldn't be a trader. So I think it's good.
It's kind of it's Michael. It's what Michael is doing, just in a different way. Like Michael is standing out in that way. Again, why would you be a traitor? And now you have her pushing against the forces, being like, I don't think it's Tiffany. Like, I think we're making a really big mistake. Also, Tiffany's a gamer. She's very smart. So it's like, it makes her look really good. Cause I'd be like, if I was a faithful, or if I was a trader, why wouldn't I just let her go? She's a
Yeah.
gamer. She's smart. She knows these games better than everybody else. I would want to get rid of her, but she's fighting and pushing for someone like Ron, who isn't that smart compared to Tiffany in these games. So I think phenomenal. Candace, these past 2 episodes won me over. I wasn't a fan of her trader gameplay. The first 2, 3 episodes, I thought it was a little messy. I thought it was a little much, but she's now doing shit where I'm like, oh, I have to give you tens. Like you're eating it up, and I love the gameplay.
Yeah, and I think that also she probably knows that it's not going to work. Like she probably has an
Right.
intuition that Tiffany is
Yeah.
going to go home. So then when Tiffany says she's a faithful, that's going to look even better for
Yep.
Candace. And so
Yeah.
I think that the fact that she's doing this knowing like, okay, I'm going to say my piece, but like I know the opinions are already formed, I
Smart.
think is even better for her. So
Yep.
yeah,
And
I
she
think
and it
this looks
shows that
great.
like she's like, I thought it's Ron this whole time. So no one can say we don't know where you're at, Candace. Like we don't know. You've never really given us a name. Candace can say from day one, I thought Ron was suspicious. I've been trying to tell y'all. I've been pushing this name. So like she has probable deniability. And so she's great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so then we do get to the round table, and Colton immediately kicks things off, going after Tiffany. Tiffany then brings up her suspicions on Jam Jam and Ron, but it quickly just comes back around to her when Eric says that he thinks he heard a traitor laugh when he was pleading for his life while tied to the tree, and he is convinced that it was Tiffany's laugh. Now, obviously, he was wrong. But what did you think about Eric's big revelation here that he had been teasing all episode, and
I
then
know. I thought he was gonna clock it. I thought he was gonna clock like Candace or Lisa. Like I was fully prepared for that. And when he said Tiffany, I was like, is that really what he was thinking the entire time? Like, is that really what he was thinking? I was
no,
shocked by
maybe
that.
not.
And it was just, I don't
But it goes into the thing of you say she's a gamer and this, that, and the
Yeah.
third. And she said this. Apparently, she said this in an exit interview, and it didn't show it in the edit. But she brought up where she said she was like, "You guys say I'm such a gamer. Why would I laugh? Like, why you think I'm that dumb to like laugh and to like
Yeah.
have it like? What are you talking about? Like, I I think it was horrific. I also think Colton in his smug ass. How do you spell it? Is it with one F or two? Like, how do you spell your name? Like, I'm so like, you're a nobody. Like, you're a creep.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo that should have a mugshot. Like, I like get out of here. Like, I'm just so. Is it with one F or two? Like I'm like, girl, get out of my face. Like, it was so
Yeah.
bad. I hated it.
I think that's the smugness that I was talking about. Like that's the just like there's something in like you said, it's just his energy. There's something about it that just like does not sit right with me, and it
Yeah,
just
rotted and
feels like
gutted.
he. I think what it is. I was talking about this to someone the other day that he is so used to being the lead on his show. And I think that he still kind of has that mentality of like, this whole thing is about me, and I'm going to make
Yeah.
this about me. I'm going to be the faithful that gets the traitors. I'm going to be like, I can't just like sit back and be in an ensemble. And I think he still has that mentality, and it's hard for
Yeah.
him when he's not the center of all the attention.
I agree.
Yeah, what's crazy, you think he would have been humbled after this episode, but he wasn't. Like,
That's what's even
No.
so. And we'll get into
Yeah.
that later, but that was I just felt bad for Tiffany. I mean, even then, listen, I'm not for people bringing up their outside personal life of like, I need money, but I love Tiffany so much. I say, yeah, bring up the kid, bring up the college. Like, I don't care. Like, yeah, hell, throw it down. Like, and she was just sitting there. So, I mean, I love her. I mean, I've met Tiffany before. Like, she's a sweetheart. Like, I love her down. So I was just like, eat them up, like use it all, throw everything you have onto the
Might
fire.
as well,
Just because
yeah.
for me, I want it to be that much more embarrassing when I get
Yeah.
up there and I tell you I'm a faithful, and I want to have you have the most egg on your face. But again, for Tiffany's perspective, why would she kill gamers? Why would she kill Ian and Rob, who were her number 1 and 2
Yeah.
that early on in the game? I get later if you're trying to throw off the scent of like, oh yeah, like let's kill them. No one will think it's me. Why would you do it so early? Why would she laugh when she's a smart gamer? None of their reasoning makes sense. And I think everybody there is dumb.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's it.
I think like what I've kind of said is that I think if I was a trader within a group of like gamers or housewives or whatever, and you have, let's say, at least like 5 numbers, then I
Mhm.
think what you probably would do is maybe the first one you just kind of do something random to throw everyone off, and it's
course.
like, what are they going to do? Maybe the second one you do murder like one of your own to throw the scent off, but then you don't
Right.
do a second one by any means. Like you
Yeah.
still keep
In a
enough numbers
row.
that you have some protection.
especially the first 2 rounds, like you're just trying to like get your bearings, like
Mhm.
find out your squad, find out the numbers, where's everything leaning to, like the ground is still shifting, like we need, like let me settle and then let me figure out how to move. It was terrible gameplay if
Yeah.
Tiffany was a traitor, and she would have never done that, because when you have a number that when you have someone you know in the game, like you have that trust of like, oh, I trust you. I know, like, no matter what, like, you're probably not going to vote me out, or you're probably not going to kill me. I'm not going to get rid of somebody like that
Yeah.
Right.
that
Right.
early.
But I think it's one of those things where it's just like you convince yourself of something, of somebody being a traitor, and then it's everything they do you think is
Yeah.
suspicious, and it doesn't make any sense. It's just like
Yep.
it's just confirmation bias that
Yeah.
everything else just kind of you make sense in your mind whether it does or not.
Yeah.
But then we Candace is really the only one to stick up for Tiffany here at the round table. Even Michael doesn't, just stays quiet pretty much, does not defend her, other than making his own little accusations that no one cares about. But then the vote is nearly unanimous against Tiffany, with Candace and Michael being the only ones to vote for Ron. Tiffany, of course, reveals herself to be a faithful while leaving, and I loved her speech when she stood up there. I
Yeah.
thought she did great.
It was so iconic of just like, you guys get what you deserve and you never deserved me. I was like, oh, I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
I will be sending that text to a man who ruins my life again. Like, I'm writing that down because that ate. I loved it.
It was great. It was great. Well, then we end the episode here with the traitors meeting in the turret to decide who to murder next. They seem to be leaning towards either Monet or Johnny. And at this point, I'm like, oh my God, please not Monet. Please not Monet. We
Yeah,
can't. We've
no.
already
Yeah.
lost so many of our favorites. Can't be Monet. But which I am taking our bias out of it. Which do you think was the smartest move?
So
Monet.
Monet in the circumstances, but what I was saying is if I was Candace, I would have never told Lisa that Monet said her name. Like I would have just let her build on that later so a traitor can go and it's not me. And like also what Daniel's been saying is like, and if you let Lisa go, Candace, then no one's gonna think there's another housewife as a traitor.
No one's going to think there's two. So like, I almost look at it where if I'm Candace or if I'm Lisa, it's more so who is going to get who first, because whoever does is set up really good. And
Yeah.
what we saw from last episode and this most recent one, it's looking like Lisa, the tides are a little bit turning towards her. So I'm kind of like, oh shit. Like if Lisa goes, I'm in the clear because I've been wanting Ron out. I defended Tiffany. Like Candace has a nice resume of a faithful. Now, if you get Lisa out, it's looking really good. But again, I also understand you kind of want to keep traitors in as long as you can. We only have after this episode, 5 episodes left. You have 3 traitors.
Yeah.
Like if you can make it far, you have numbers. I don't know what the numbers we have left. I know it's still big. I know we sell like 15 or whatever it is, but I'm indifferent. I get Jordan's completely correct. Like keep it to yourself, but also actually no, I think I wouldn't have killed Monet. I think if I'm Candace and I'm like, if Lisa dies, I'm gonna win. Like I'm making it to the end. Like no one's going to think there's 2 traitors, period. So I would have kept it to myself and built up that rapport with Monet. So then Monet knows she can trust me. She likes me. Like she didn't rat me out when I told her about Lisa. Like she'll defend me until the end. She's someone I can bring to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the difference between this turret that with no gamers versus like last season where you had Carolyn and Danielle and they were like going at each other and they all wanted to be the last traitor standing. And this season, I think because there's no gamers, I think they just maybe look at this a little more simplistically where it's like, okay, it's the 3 of us against everyone else. And like, why would we turn on each other if we don't have to? And I think the gamers, they think, 10 steps ahead. And so they're thinking from the very start, like, all right, well, we can't all make it to the end. So we might as well start turning on each other.
This is going to be great to see how it turns out, though, because what happens if they all make it far? Then this will shift the game set of, oh, just like stay good with your traitors and whatever.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the effects of this season are on future seasons here, especially because we also have the civilian one coming up too. So that could also we could see even before next season.
If you're watching, apply today. Do it. What do you have to lose?
Yeah. Well, we then get to breakfast the next morning, and it is revealed that Monet was murdered due to bringing up Lisa's name before the last mission. Very sad. It just, this one was like, oh my God, again, we lose all of our favorites here. Yeah, back to back to back. and
That
very
was fun.
sad.
We love Monet.
Yes, well, Ron and Michael's names are initially being floated the most heavily here, but then Colton is also getting heat now after leading the charge on Tiffany. Do you think, like, we've all talked about our thoughts on Colton, but, like, do you think that this makes him look suspicious? Like, would you be thinking
No,
that he's a traitor?
I just think it makes him look stupid.
I agree with that, but I'm also like, let's like for me, I'm a girl where I'm like, okay, you want to have an energy somewhere, match it. We want to drag Ron through the dirt for effing what for Portia, like, and whatever, because he made a claim and he had facts though. There's a little, this is a little bit different.
Yeah.
We're not keeping that energy with Colton. Put your foot on his neck. Like, let's go. Like, stomp on their throats. Like, hold it there and be like, huh, what was that? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Being like, it's okay, you guys, but you thought you knew and you didn't. Like, it's okay, Eric. It's okay, Colton. Like, no, match that energy. Like, fuck Ron's drag. Like, Ron's just out here fucking dying and we're just going to let Colton skate by. Hell no. Keep the energy. And I'm just like, that's what I don't understand. Like, if you're going to have a standard, follow it through. Like, but given, I agree, this doesn't make Colton look suspicious. Like, I really would be like, oh, I know Colton's a faithful, but I also would be like, I hate Colton, so I want to get rid of him.
It's just like, why would a traitor ever lead the charge so hard and be so wrong when they know they're wrong?
Right. Right. Because it's like Dan Giesling, for example, like he went that hard, but it was on Phaedra, who he knew was a traitor. So he knew he'd be right. And I think that's where it's weird, where it's like it's someone, like a faithful isn't, or a traitor isn't going to go so hard for a faithful when they're wrong. And it's just, it's weird. But I think that, I guess it is one of those things where it's like, they convinced themselves that this made sense with Ron. So then it's like, they're also convincing themselves that it makes sense with Colton. And it never made sense in the first place. But yeah. Well, then we get to the mission where this one was pretty boring, I thought, for the most part. But the players had to retrieve various statues from the castle grounds and put them in the rightful place around the Fountain of the Faithful, where the shields are hidden by each statue. Oh, there are shields hidden by each statue. So this was the interesting part of it, because if nobody takes a shield, there will be no murder. But if even just one person takes a shield, there is a murder. And you can it's very easy in this game to take the shield secretly without really anyone seeing it, or with maybe only like one or two people seeing it. So what did you think of this? And would you have been tempted to take a shield or not?
I would, yes, because I wouldn't trust that everyone else wouldn't take a shield. So it's like obviously the smart move would be like, hey, no one take a shield because you don't need a shield if there's no murder, but you know someone's going to take a shield anyway. So then it's like, because like a traitor is likely going to try to take a shield in some way. So then it's like, you might as well just get a shield for yourself.
I look at it where the reason I lose these games is it's not because I'm dumb. It's because the other people around me are stupid. There is like no world. Like, I should not have to have this conversation with people of like, none of us should take the shield. And given how the shields were set up, you would see if someone took it. It's not even like it was a little bit secretive this time. It was like, it's under the statue. Everybody's watching you and we're picking up the statue together going. There should be no reason anybody takes a shield at all. I would be like, if you take a shield, I'm going to literally get you banished just because I hate you. Period. I don't care. And I would say that I'm saying, whoever takes a shield, you're done. Like, I will rally the troops until I die in this castle. Because I'm bitter. Like, I'm a petty player. Like, don't piss me off. There's no role to take a shield. Everybody's safe. Everybody's safe. I
wonder if the only reason why maybe to take a shield is if you like had an agreement with your group to say, okay, we all know that this person has it. We can maybe tell a few people that we're suspicious of potentially who to lie to them and say who has it, and then see if maybe we can trip up somebody to murder someone who then
murder us
doesn't. I don't know.
But it's too many people. Like, it's too many people for like, it would have to be so on par with like what the traitors have to hit to like get them to expose themselves of who they tell. It's like, I don't even know why people are even questioning this. Like, I would sit there and be like, if anybody's like considering, like, it's just, we're all safe. We're all good. Like, who cares? Like, just like 1 + 1 is 2. Like, I think we're doing a little bit too much. Like, don't take it in. We're all good. There's no reason we have to take it. We're all fine. Like, you don't even have to trust the other person. Just trust what the game is telling you. You don't take a shield, you're safe. Say less. Say less. I'm good. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, yeah. There's no reason to put a target on your back like that for
If
no
it was
reason.
hidden, different discussion. If this was like you can take a shield without people
Yeah,
knowing or
yeah,
without other people seeing, oh, I'm taking the shield because I know the traders are going to take the shield. When it's this obvious of like, oh, your team's all going to see you take it, no.
which I think is what they should have done. I think they should have made it more secret because then I think it would have been a better, bigger discussion of
Yep.
people deciding what they wanted to do with it. But I think the
Agreed.
way that they did it, yeah, it just made the decision a little bit too easy.
Yep.
Then we get back at the castle. Ron tells Dorinda, this was very funny to me. Ron tells Dorinda just straight up that he thinks that she and Michael are the traitors. And, you know, respect to Ron at this point. It's like, what do I have to lose? Everyone hates me.
yeah,
Everyone thinks I'm a traitor. Like, I'm just going to be totally honest with everyone.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
the gameplay. I love the strategy.
Yeah.
Ron doesn't give a fuck.
He
I
gives
love
0
this
fucks.
episode. He didn't care.
Yeah.
He didn't care. And I was 10 toes down for Ron. I still am. He doesn't care. And I love him for it. Loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, no, you can't. Like, you know, why not? Why not? Just have some fun at this point. It's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna be banished at some point here. Like, I'm not gonna be murdered. I don't think he's ever gonna be murdered.
No,
But
no, ever. He's in such a good position. As long as he can keep surviving, it's going to be a
Yeah.
hard road for him to survive, though, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's in a great position. Traders will never kill you. You just need to survive the banishments at that point.
Mhm. And then Colton also comes directly for Michael, asking if Alan changes outfits in the turret, and Michael then gets very heated at Colton and just starts screaming and oh.
I just, as he should. I hate Colton. Like it was. But again, we've said it a million times already. It's the air. It's how he said it. It's like how he looked at him, where he's like, "So how was it?" Like as if you like you're slick or
Yeah.
you're like giving gameplay we've never seen before. You're a nobody. Like you're a nobody, Colton. Like sit down. Like you don't play these games. Like, but it was just so like I have you right. I'm over it. I hate him.
This was fun to me because I don't have a side. I just don't like either of them. So I think there's something very fun about like just not no stakes in the game. It's just like, okay,
Yeah.
y'all scream at each other.
Girls are fighting.
Yeah. Well, then we get to the round table. Michael continues his attack on Colton, and he ends his rant saying, "Nobody in this room would be better at holding a secret than you." Now, we are 3 gay men here. What did you guys think about this line?
Here's what I will
It's gotten
say.
a lot of traction.
Because of Colton's track record of when he was closeted, stalking women, doing crazy ass shit, eat him up.
Listen, I'm all 10 toes for it and I don't care. Like I know, like, and that's even the bias in me. Let's cut it the way it is. Like I have to be like let's like stop like beating around the bush. Like it's you were closeted for 29 years. Yes, I was closeted for 20. Jordan is still closeted. It's a whole thing. Anyway, but it's one of those things where it's like at the end of the day, like the facts are the facts. It's not like we get the situation right of like being scared or not knowing whatever, but it's like at the end of the day, you lied to yourself, which like whatever, we all do that. You lied to production, you lied to casting, you lied to a whole entire network. You then got on The Bachelor, you're lying to like the girl who was the Bachelorette. Then you lied to the network again, and then you become the Bachelor. You lie to 30 women, like it on the biggest platform you can, on the biggest reality like TV platform of dating you can. Like, yeah, if anybody could hold in a secret, it would be you. Like, I know, like, girl, he ate him up. And I would have been like 10 toes. And again, you stalked women. Like, you knew you were gay. You stalked her. You put a tracker on her car. You harassed the family. You made fake phone numbers and fake this and fake that. Like, you're a fucked up dude. Like, I'm sorry. I was closeted. I didn't do that. Did you do that? Did you stalk women? Did you put trackers on her? Michael, did you put trackers on women's cars? Like, no, I don't think so. So it's like, don't make this big deal that it's homophobic when it's not. And Michael claims that's not what he meant it about. No, Michael, stand 10 toes, bitch. Michael, stand 10 toes on it. I'd say, and I meant that. Like, why are we babying Colton? Like, this is a grown-ass man, and he's weird as fuck. So, like, you know what? To all the fans who say Michael Rappaport shouldn't be on the show for his shit, why the fuck did we put Colton Underwood on it too? So
right. Neither of them should be on the show. Right.
So that's my thoughts. I don't care. And it's a game. Like, it's really not that deep. Like, I think the deepness level is 0. Like, Colton, you're out. You didn't get outed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should expect people to come in with that.
I will say it was giving like a little bit of the same energy as Survivor when Zeke got outed a little bit. Like, but
that was a different. That was
yeah.
like getting outed. Like when that wasn't like he didn't publicly say it.
Yeah.
Every time Colton speaks, it's about him being gay and blah blah blah. And I was the gay bachelor and
they just talked about it that morning.
Yeah.
But also, I didn't like how Colton was like, "Oh, so you think I'd be a good traitor because you said I've been closeted for 29 years." And Michael was like, "I never said that. Given, was that what he was insinuating?" Sure. But I was like, Colton, why are you trying to say he said specific words that he didn't say to make your story look better? Sit the fuck down in that ugly ass fit he has going on. I didn't mention it. Last episode, it was ugly as hell with that little white thing with the blue little trying to give prep girl from Greece. Bitch, I wasn't fucking having it. And then this little sweater moment to try to show his arm in that bonsai tan. Hell no. I'm over him. Read him down to filth, Michael, and drag him to hell. I didn't care.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess like I'll take slightly on the other side of that, where I think like there's so many things to go at Colton for that like this isn't it. Like there's call him a stalker, call him like, you know, I know that they probably wouldn't have included any of it, but like go after all that. Like
that's true, yeah.
No, I mean, did it help any validity? No, because I think the argument is always bullshit, right? Yeah. I think when people come for gamers, right, when we see it, you're a gamer. This is what you're like. This is what you do. This is like what you did on your shows. Like you're cutthroat. I think it's bullshit. Okay, because I did a show. Like, sure, we would all be good traders. Whatever. Does that mean I am one? No. So I think that argument whenever is completely bullshit. I agree with that completely. Like, Michael, no one was going to hear what you said and been like, actually, I didn't think about that. You're right. Like, yeah, like, because who cares if you could be a good trader? That doesn't mean shit. We all could, theoretically, most of us could be good traders, but we're not all going to be traders. So that argument should always be null and void, period. Like, you weren't going to win anybody over it. I just hate Colton, so I just was like, thought it was a dig at him. So I just thought it was great. And so
it's like, I don't feel bad for the guy. Like, you know, like, but I think in general, you know, like we kind of talked about with the Zeke thing and whatever, like, you know, it's like, let's keep that stuff out of this game because like you said, like we don't, you know, closet ourselves because we're being sneaky. We, you know, there's so many other reasons to do that. So it really like doesn't make any sense even just as a whole.
Agree.
But then, basically after that, I mean, there's some other arguments that are made, but like for Ron specifically, but then it's pretty clear that everybody at this point, after that comment in particular, is just like, we don't even care if he's a traitor. Like, we just don't want to be around him anymore.
It was so funny. I forgot exactly what Ron said, but Ron was like, you don't fucking need to know about my family.
Oh, this is so funny. When Dorinda was like, I ask about your family. He's like, I don't give a fuck about your family. And he was like, and my family's none of your fucking business. Ron beat fire. I just think Ron was like, I am fed the fuck up. Like, I was trying to be a faithful, and like Portia fucking said she killed Ian. She said they're 4 traitors. Like, whatever. Like, fuck. Like, I'm out. Like, fuck you, Dorinda. Fuck your family. Like, I don't care. Like, and I was like, yeah, Ron. Like, tense. Like, he doesn't care, and nor should he. Like, if I'm Ron, I'm done. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck your kid. Fuck your wife. Fuck your husband. Like, I'm out. Like, I'm done. Like, everything's.
And this is why we need them to have more alcohol in the castle, because Dorinda would have been not reacted the way that she did. We'll just say that if she had had a little alcohol in her, she would have gone at him, and this would have been a very entertaining and different roundtable.
I don't give a fuck about your family. It was so good because he's so sweet and demure. I love him. I love it.
Every time they cuss too, I'm still a little off guard just because like most like of these strategy shows aren't on streaming, so it's usually not allowed. So when it happens, I'm like, oh, uncut version.
But you just don't expect that from Ron. Like I think Ron again, it's like just this sweet, like whatever. It's like it was just I don't give a fuck about your family. No, but he made a really good point. He made a good point where he was like, I don't want to get to know you because that creates bias. And I'm over here like, is no one listening to fucking Shakespeare speak right now? Like, this is eating. Like,
it's Genevieve from Survivor 47, where it's the same exact thing that she said, that she was like, I wouldn't be able to blindside y'all if I got to know you better. And so, it makes a lot of sense.
And I think in Survivor, it's like, baby, you need to get to know bitches. Like, I hate to tell you this. Like, I hope 150 we've learned, like, it's time to, you know, whatever. But I just, Ron was a star here. And fuck Colton. That's really it.
That's about all there is to it. Yeah. Then Michael is banished in a vote of 11-5, which actually there were more votes not for Michael than I thought there would be. But it like the housewives were the ones particularly who voted for Ron there. So that was kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
Which was good because I was a little nervous when it was because I was like, when I saw it was Lisa and then I thought it was Candace, I'm like, oh, I hope other people voted because you could look at it as being like Michael is such a distraction. Like you can't even go like, I knew he wasn't a traitor, but people could say, I know he was such a distraction. Why would you want to keep him in? So I'm happy we had 5 other people who were like, still like, I know it's Ron and I'm sticking to Ron and like whatever. Given Ron's also a distraction, if we're going to be honest, right? So I don't, I don't think they can make that argument either. It's not like they voted someone, like, it's not like they voted Tara. You know what I mean? That's like, why the fuck are you voting Tara? You also voted another distraction. So I think right now they're doing okay.
Yep.
They would first have to remember that Tara's in there before they voted for her, so I don't think it's gonna be a while before she gets any votes.
Right, Michael, right.
But, after the roundtable, Colton starts to grow suspicious of Lisa. So I guess a broken clock is right twice a day.
That part.
It's giving if you accuse 10 people in a cast of 20, like one of them has to be like I don't even then like he doesn't know Lisa. Like this came out of nowhere and he said it in his confessional. I need to like point the target on somebody else or like I'm next. So like I don't think you're smart. I don't think you're really figuring it out. Like I think you're just like it has to be a housewife and I don't think it's Dorinda and like you're just trying to deduce it from there. Like you're not doing anything mind-blowing and I'm just like over it. There's nothing about him I find appealing.
Yeah, I just really, really hope that he doesn't lead the troops, get Lisa out, and then he's like the hero and the faithful that
I would just look at it. He's led the troops more wrong than right. So it's like I don't know why people would believe him.
Maybe we'll get murdered.
I know. I think he's going to get banished next. If Ron doesn't get banished next time, I think it's going to be Colton. I think enough people now are like, Colton's like weird. Like this is like really crazy now. Like he's been really wrong a lot. Like, and he, again, like I don't think if you take a shot and you miss, I don't think you should never shoot again. I just think you should be much more careful next time.
He's just trying to spearhead everything.
Correct. Like, and that's what Michael was saying. He's like, you should sit back and like really be fucking careful. And like, Michael isn't wrong for that, but like the next day to be so hard on someone, I know it's you. I know it's you. It's like also everybody was suspicious of Michael to begin with. Like you're not doing anything grand. Like sit down.
So Rob R was in the room when Colton did bring up Rinna's name. And then in the turret, he tells Lisa about this. So do you think that it sounds like Colton probably will be who gets murdered, but do you think there is a murder? Because if nobody took a shield, then there won't be a murder at all.
I think because of what production did, no. I think it's because it was so like, we have to kill Colton. Like it makes me think they're building it up. Oh, he's going to die. He's going to die. He's going to die. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think so. No, I hope so. I wish someone took a shield. I really do because I hate him. But also Colton, why are you in a group of 5 people telling people who you think a traitor is? You think not one person in that fucking group is a traitor?
Right.
Just by deduction, like there's how many people left in the cast? 15, 16? Like we don't, there's 3 traitors. We don't think one of them is okay.
I wonder if they think at this point there's only 2 because they got out Donna, but I feel like Portia at least thought there were 4. So, and that makes sense considering they did it differently where they like one of them, Alan picked right away. So like, it would make sense that there were 4 from the beginning.
I think this is the biggest cast we've had. I could be wrong. I can't fact check that. I don't know, but this cast just seems very big to me, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I think it's the same as last season, but I think last season was the biggest, and I think it's the same, but it's more to start because last season they had the 3 cage boys. So like in the very beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would say there's 3 or 4, but regardless, I'd be like, I'm not going to speak that out into a group of 5 people.
Yeah. Right.
What I'm going to do. So whatever, idiot.
Yeah. Yep. Well, then that is where the episode ends here. So let's do predictions for next week. So we don't think there's going to be a murder?
No, I don't think there's going to be a murder. I think Ron or Colton is going to get banished.
I really want Colton gone. It's really annoying. I want someone else to take his life.
It's just because it's too much. Said I'm over the Michael show. I'm over the Colton show. Like I'm over it. Like I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to get murdered. I think. Oh, but I think someone said it. I think there's going to be a double murder. If no one gets murdered now,
yeah.
there's going to be a double murder,
Oh.
which I think is going to happen. So honestly, I probably would have taken a shield. Fuck it. I'd be like, at least I know I'm safe for this one, and I might be fucked for the double murder. But maybe the traitors will like me, and they won't murder me the next time. You know what I mean? Because I took it. But yeah, I think Colton or Ron is going to get the boot. I hope it's Colton. I think Kristen's going to really lead the charge. And I think other people are really starting to think maybe I need to look at Colton. I don't know. That's where I'm at. I hope it's Colton. I'm praying it's Colton. But also I want it to be Ron because I'm not doing the scapegoat shit all season.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. Like I'm done with it being Ron or someone else. Ron or someone else. No, give me 2 fresh faces. Like I'm sick. So what do you think's going to happen?
Agree. Yeah.
Michael, what do you think? What's your predictions?
I actually think there will be a murder. I think somebody probably did take a shield. And
I guess I'd agree. Yeah.
And then my hope is that Colton gets murdered and then Ron gets banished, so we can start the week after that with a clean slate and just get both of them out, both of the theories that are sucking up the air and the person that's sucking up the air in the room. And then I think that it'll feel like a whole new season after that.
The only group that would take it was Natalie's group, because I know she was really thinking about it. It was like Natalie, Michael, maybe, but because remember, the housewives were together and they said no one took it in their group. Rob was together and Rob said no one took it in his group. I don't know where that leaves. I remember as Natalie's group, though, it was like Natalie, Michael, and 2 other people. So if there was a group to take it, it would be that group. I don't know if they did. So
I think it's also possible that we're going to get a flashback and one of the groups who's saying that nobody took it actually did, and they're just lying about it. And
but the people in the turret wouldn't lie though. Like the housewives would. The housewives wouldn't lie. Like Rob wouldn't lie. He was like, no one in my group took it. No one in the, so they wouldn't lie. So I don't know who's in their groups. I'll have to look back. So we know they didn't take it. So then it's just looking at the other groups of, is anybody in those groups taking it?
Yeah, I could see it. And then we have they showed this dinner in the preview, this whole big dinner table and dining with death or whatever they called it. Now, we saw this in the UK in the last episode of Traitors UK that I just watched. They had a very similar setup.
We haven't watched it. We have no idea.
Yeah,
okay.
Explain.
It was much, and if you don't want spoilers, just fast forward a couple minutes. But it was a lot later in the season, so it may be very different than what this is. But it really wasn't much of anything other than they said that the faithfuls, or no, sorry, the traitors get to pick somebody to. Oh my god, what was it? Now I'm completely blanking. It was have a double vote at the next round table, but the traitors get to pick who has it. So they all know that they don't know who, they know who gets it, and they know that the traitors picked it, but obviously they don't know who the traitors are. So the traitors have to secretly decide who gets a double vote at the next round table.
Interesting.
I mean, and that you can play that both ways. Did a traitor give a traitor the double vote? Did they give it to somebody else? So you really can't clear anybody from it. So that's going to be really interesting. I'm excited. I don't know. I guess going back to your prediction, I would like Colton to die, obviously, and that I would like Ron to get murdered so we could start fresh. Because again, I want to see the double vote though used on something fun. I want it to be, we need to go back to 50-50. This is too much herd mentality. And I'm kind of but I'm rooting for the traitors because I think they're playing a much better game than the faithful. So I'm I don't care. I'm who cares? Yeah. I'm I don't give a fuck what happens. I hope all 3 of the traitors make it to the end. Truthfully, I'm happy. I'll be okay, good, period.
It would be really cool, and it would be a first, and it would also, I think, be very interesting to see how that impacts future strategies, because they see that all 3 traitors went to the end, and I wonder if that'll change. Obviously, I think the traitors it would make them feel a lot more like kumbaya, let's just stick together. But then, do they want to split it? It could be a thing of we get to the end, all 3 of us, but then we all have to split a very small prize to start off with.
It depends on who the traitors are, though. Let's be real. The housewives don't care about the money. Rob honestly shouldn't care about the money too. I know what type of brand deals he's getting, and I know he is fine. So it's who cares about an extra $50,000 when that's one Instagram post for Rob? You know what I mean? So it's different for Tiffany. Tiffany's in a completely different boat. If she was a traitor, she wants all that money. I get that. But in this sense, I'd be like, it's more iconic if we all three make it to the end.
True.
And I would pitch that if I was in the turret, honestly. Like if I was with the housewives, if I was Robinson or whatever, I'd be like, I think it's more iconic if we all make it to the end. Like we'd be making history. And it's like, I don't care about an extra 20, 25K, like whatever. Like let's all make it to the end.
Yeah, I agree. I think if this was $1 million, then I think maybe it's different. But for
This
250K, it's like,
show is the biggest watch show though. The prize pot needs to be pushed up. We need to do 500 and then boost it up to. I mean, but given you have to think how much money are they getting to get these people on the show though? That's what we're also not thinking. They're getting a stipend just to. They might just. These people might be getting between 50 to 100,000 just to be on the show, just to show up.
But Traitors UK is civilians and it's the same prize. So it's weird.
But they don't give a fuck about the civilians. They're like, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? The civilians are just happy to be there. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. In this case, they don't need to raise the prize pot because their stipend, just to be honest, probably like 75,000 is what I would guess.
It's probably different for each person though.
Yeah, there's certain people that carry more weight, but I think bare minimum like 50 just to show up, and then for your higher talent, 100, because you can't do too much because then it's like, why care about the prize pot?
Then 50 just show up. That means they're spending like $1 million on just talent.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I get why they're not raising the prize pot. So,
and I'd rather that. Like, I would much rather them get better names than and a lower prize pot if they're willing to do it anyways. So, you know, who cares? But I think if they're going to do that, if the prize pot's going to be small as it is, then I don't care how much they win in the missions. Let's change the missions because I don't care how much is being added to the prize pot, and neither do they probably.
And I think they know that. That's why we're starting to do who can be put up for murder. And I think that was a great shift in production to do that. Because why are we caring about the mission? Why are we watching them? It doesn't. Who cares? I don't care as a viewer. I'm like, great, they get money, they don't. It doesn't. Who cares? These people are rich. So I think they said we need to make these missions more engaging. Why are people getting put up for murder? Who's taking shields? Who's not? Who's fucking other people over? I think that was very flawless by production to make that shift, because now we're like, we care. We're watching it and we're like, we care of who is our faves going to get put up for murder? Who are they up against? It adds its social dynamics to the game. Phenomenal.
Yeah, you can't skip them as much as you used to be able to, because there could be, like in the first mission in this episode, where it's like you had to say a person's name and burn their shield. That could impact, when going back to the castle, how their relationship is. So I do agree. I think it's getting better and better as the seasons go on.
Agreed.
But all right, well, unless anything that we missed that you guys wanted to bring up, I think that about covers episodes 4 and 5 of the Traitors.
I think I shit on Colton as much as I needed to. I really got everything out that I really was feeling. So
it's like group therapy.
It's really group therapy. That it was needed. It was needed.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, Daniel, thank you both so much for joining me here today. Where can our listeners find you guys on social media? Anything you want to plug?
You can find me everywhere at It's Jordan Staff, and you can find us every week recapping Drag Race and the Traitors over on Reality Group Chat.
Our Reality Group Chat.
Where they can find you,
Daniel _Cusimano. And just type that in there. If you don't know how to spell it, it's okay. Like, I don't blame you. I don't have a basic last name like Staff, so it's a little bit different. So go to Jordan, and then you'll find me on Jordan's page.
Right.
Go to It's Jordan Staff, and then you type in Daniel and his following, and you'll see me there if you don't know what it is.
Basic, iconic. You don't know any other staffs. I know a bunch of Cusimanos.
No, you don't.
Bad.
You don't know
Let's
shit.
pull them up.
You don't know shit about me. I don't know this man. I don't know who I'm sitting next to right now. It's a fraud.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to follow us at Let's Chat Reality on all social media and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. We will be back next week to chat more Traitors. So talk to y'all then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.